So far this evening, we have honored athletes from exceptional programs at Columbia. On the boys' side, soccer, lacrosse, swimming. On the girls' side so far, volleyball. Another top-notch program at Columbia High School that's been in effect on the girls' side since Title IX was enacted was girls' track and field. Or as Phil Hartung said earlier, field and track. Now, I can tell you as somebody who was on the track team at Columbia, it's a unique sport. On the track team, there are a number of different events that require a number of very different skills. Speed, endurance, jumping ability, strength. Very few athletes, and we talked about specialization, very few athletes have the ability to excel in more than one or two of these specialties. Our next honoree is one of those few select athletes who could do it all. Ashley Newby, class of 2007. During her career at Columbia, she participated in the sprints, the hurdles, the half mile, the shot put, the high jump, the long jump, and the triple jump. Not only did she compete in these events, but she excelled in them. She was a member of the county sprint and medley relay team in the county. She was the long jump and triple jump county champion. She set a school record in the long jump, and her senior year she won the Group 4 championship in the high jump. Truly a remarkable career. Not only that, but she participated in an event called the pentathlon. Not an easy event. 5 different specialties. She scored the 5th highest total in history, winning the pentathlon at the National Scholastic Indoor Championship. She went on to Kentucky University, where she excelled in the pentathlon and the long jump. From the class of 2007, girls track and field, Ashley Newby.
Hello. How's everyone doing? And I did the heptathlon in Kentucky. So I added 2 more events to my resume and learned the javelin while I was there. So I'm gonna add those 2 to that. So I did jot some things down. I'm not much of a person to speak on my accomplishments, and you guys can read about that, and you heard about it. But I am an athlete in true athlete form. We keep going. There's always more to achieve and accomplish, and in the words of Kobe, the job is never done, and it is not done. So I kind of live by that, but I'm gonna try my best to be as present in this moment as possible and receive all of the love that I'm receiving today. I wanna just start by taking a breath, because that's what we're taught to do before any race, any jump, or grabbing any baton. So I'm gonna breathe, and y'all can breathe with me. Thank y'all. For those who know, and as you heard, I was the kid on the track team who you could find running all over the place, all over the track, from one event to the next event. It's funny, I sent over a photo, an action shot of me long jumping. I think it was at my last state track meet, and I noticed my shoes. And I was like, why do I have on the Michael Johnson black suede gold striped shoe doing the long jump? It's a sprint shoe. It's very flat, it's very tiny. And I was like, that's terrible for my knees. That's ridiculous. But then I remember that day I was doing the long jump final, being called at the same time to do my hurdles. And at the same time, once I finished the long jump, had to go and run the 4x4 to help us win the state championship. So I was like, that makes sense. Keep one shoe on, not change to 5 different shoes in one day. But that didn't make the board, but if you want to see it, definitely come to me. So yeah, I did it all. And if they needed me to score a point, if Columbia needed me to score a point, I did it. I love the versatility, the flexibility, and the opportunity to challenge myself and go beyond my fears. And I continue to do that today in each and every part of my life and the things that I do. So I thank Columbia for instilling that in me. Before Columbia, I had been running track in Maplewood and South Orange, MAPSO, from about the age of 9 years old. From being a Jaguar and Jaguar track club and practicing at Underhill Field very young, to a Comet, and then being able to travel across the country running and competing in AAU, USATF track and field meets and holding records there as well. You know, I remember being ready to come to Columbia and show what I had, especially knowing the legacy from Joetta Clark-Diggs and the track team there. And I wanted to make sure I left my mark and did that with honor and pride and did the best that I could. At Columbia and being on the track and field team, I developed not only my athletic ability, but I also developed a strong connection to community. Track and field is everyone's punishment as a sport. It is not a team sport. It is very individual. It's you against the clock. It's you against your personal best. It's you. You have to really, you know, dig in deep to find who you are and achieve greatness. And so we didn't have, you know, a team to really lean on. So we had to make ourselves a community and really connect with each other to win. And track and field in Columbia High School was the team to beat. You know, it's something you do and you do it well. What I love most about track and field wasn't just the accolades and the awards, though I loved winning way more than I loved losing, and my mom could attest to that. Did not like losing at all. And you know, like I said, Columbia was the team to beat, the school to beat. When you saw Columbia hit the field, you knew you probably weren't gonna win. You know, you were gonna try your hardest. And we were gonna do it with a smile on our face, enjoying our hearts and things. But I often say, me and my good friend Bianca Stewart, who was also really great at the high jump, and usually we went 1 and 2 in the high jump. When you saw us, you know, hit the mat and come to the high jump circle, you knew you were probably gonna get third. Again, you were gonna try to beat us. And we probably annoyed a lot of people because we would come in and we would smile and we would joke and we would hang out and say hello to everyone, all the coaches, all the officials, and we knew everyone. But then when it was time to get to business, we did it. We handled it. We got it done. We jumped our highest. We tried our best, and we had fun doing it. And so what I loved most about track and field was the culture of it all. The community I got to create and the bonds I got to create. Like I said, you often found me laughing and joking with coaches, teammates, and other schools around Essex County and in the state, and some still today I kind of bump into every now and again on my journey of life, and they kind of be like, "You were Ashley from Columbia. I remember you." I was like, "I remember you too. How'd that go for you?" But it's all in good fun. That's the beauty about track and field. Like, it wasn't a team sport. So, you know, you come with the burner, you come with the best and your energy, and you come with your grit. And at the end of the day, we all had a good time. We all made it through, and we all celebrate each other. And so that's what I love about track. And and is still a pillar today in my life. I want to thank my family and the women who are sitting here in my life, my mom, my grandmother, both of my aunts who are here. I like to say I was a dance kid before I was a track kid, and continue to dance. And so movement has always been a beautiful, beautiful part of my journey, and I feel as if it definitely helped me and had an advantage for a lot of things that I did with long jump and high jump and things. So I'm very thankful to have that experience as well. But more importantly, these women instilled joy and strength and love inside of me. They were always in my corner, and empowering me to show up for myself and show up for my community. And I give thanks to them for constantly being in my corner and moving me through my dreams, whatever they may be. I want to thank my coaches and my teachers and my trainers who nurtured me and my talents and pushed me beyond my own made-up limitations daily, both athletically and academically. They got me to Kentucky, a top D1 SEC school, and kept me there. They kept me there, which is really important because, if any athlete has played in any collegiate arena, it's not hard to stay there. It's not easy to stay there, sorry. It is very hard to stay there. There's a lot of different shifts and transitions that you're dealing with as a college athlete, and I'm thankful that I always felt like I had my core, my base, to ground me and keep me there and keep me in school and keep me running. I was probably one out of 15 collegiate athletes for Kentucky in that year of '07, which was a really great year for track and field across the country, to actually stay and finish all the way through senior year. And so I'm thankful to my coaches and teachers and trainers that when I would come back from those summers of not performing as best as I could or as best as I felt like I could at the collegiate level, and then being like, all right, well, let's train, let's work on it, let's get to the track, let's go to Underhill Field, let's work on the things that got you there and strengthen those things and find out who you are and reconnect with who you are in those moments. And so I'm thankful for that. And as Vincent said, actually, I felt very prepared going to college and going to Kentucky, thanks to Columbia and my teachers and my trainers and coaches that really just built me up and continue to do that. I also want to shout out Ms. Wright for always being an advocate for us and the athletes at Columbia daily while I held my time there at Columbia. And yes, please clap it up for Ms. Wright. She's definitely a strong part of why I am here today, and the things that she does for Columbia students and athletes in general, in Maplewood and South Orange, and continues to advocate for us. I'm very thankful, and she keeps in contact with all of us, so I love that. And every time I bump into someone from Columbia, whether it's in LA or across the world, which I've bumped into someone from Columbia in Berlin, which was actually really funny. I was like, how did you get here? We're all here together, that's cool. There's always one in the room, I will say, there's always one Columbia person in the room or one person from New Jersey. And if you didn't go to Columbia and I say I went to Columbia, they're like, okay, Columbia, we see you. And so I just want to thank Ms. Wright for always being an advocate for us during the time of being there. And finally, I want to thank my mother. There's so much I could say about, just the journey of my track and field career, but she was always there. She's the reason that I got to my track meets. She is the reason I continued to keep going. She made a commitment to me, as her daughter, to invest in my dreams and the things that I wanted to do. And, there's so much I could say, but most importantly, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I also want to say happy birthday. Today is her birthday. Today is her birthday, and so we are celebrating today, tonight, tomorrow, while I'm here. And yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will continue to say thank you. But yeah, I'm honored to be inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame, and thank you to the committee for working with me to get everything in. I know I live across the country, and time difference is crazy, so I'm thankful for that. But again, I'm truly, truly honored to be in the Athletic Hall of Fame and to have my name amongst so many great, great people. And thank you to Columbia. Thank you for preparing me to be out in this world and be able to show up as my best self and be in this journey. Thank you.